Well, snow's already starting to break out across northern portions of Wyoming. It'll be spreading southward as we head through the afternoon hours, also into tonight. Roll my sleeves up here. This is going to be kind of a serious storm, so we'll get those up there. Now, one little public service announcement. I know it's Groundhog Day today, but that furry rodent is only right 39% of the time, so you're better off taking this coin and flipping it to get an idea whether there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter or not. Besides, I lived in Pennsylvania. Punxsutawney Phil is a jerk. Anyway, let's get back to the briefing here. You can see our watch warning map here. Just about the whole state of Wyoming is under some kind of a advisory or warning. Areas in pink, which dominate most of our area, those are winter storm warnings. Areas that might not see quite as much of an impact, those are in the purple. That basically the western mountains, as well as up here in northern Bighorn County. You can go to this website right here, weather.gov/RIW, if you want details. It'll take me way too long, because it's a lot of start and different end times on these things. So as we looked at time things out, now this is as of 2 o'clock today, so it could have, if you watch this video later, it may have started in some of these areas. Already ongoing in Cody, it'll spread north to south basically. Should be snowing in places like Jackson by about nightfall, maybe around the Buffalo area as well. Everyone else for the rest of the afternoon should be okay as far as travel, but look at the time of maximum impacts here. Anywhere from, I'd say, Sunday night, especially late Sunday nights after about 10 or 11, to about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Most areas, that's going to be the worst. It'll probably will linger for a little bit longer, especially across southern Wyoming, say Rock Springs, and also in the belt heading up toward Natrona and Johnson County. So we'll probably see the longest lasting impact out of this storm. So then the winds, we actually had to bump these up just a little bit. It looks like a little tighter pressure gradient across the area. Therefore, a lot more wind across the area, maybe some more blowing and drifting snow hazard. So you can see wind gusts, many areas seeing wind gusts to 20 to 30 miles per hour. With the dry nature of the snow after the passage of the front, that's more than enough to blow it around. And down here across Sweetwater County, the worst parts. Wind gusts here maybe 40. I could even see a few 50-mile-an-hour gusts maybe late tonight into the first part of tomorrow. When you blow that snow around I-80, that road's not going to be any fun to be on anytime from, say, late tonight all the way through Monday. So if you're traveling along this road on Monday, you may want to rethink your plans. So look at our confidence index. You can see very high chance of moderate to heavy snow again. Some places seeing more than others. We'll get to that in just a moment. Blowing snow, a good high chance of that for many areas. Favorite areas seeing the best chance. You live in the valley, maybe not quite as much, but just about everybody may see some blowing snow. Very, very good chance of seeing this. I think a lot of road closures may occur as we get toward late tonight into Monday. I can't pinpoint what those are because the snow has to fall, but travel is not going to be fun around here, say from about midnight all the way through the day on Monday, possibly into the first part of Tuesday as well. Flash freeze, high chance of that. Some places got up in the 60s yesterday. Snow starts falling on that. You could get a lot of icy spots. The temperature falls quickly once the snow starts accumulating. And finally, snowfall amounts. A little bit higher confidence on this. Again, this is Wyoming. Could be some banding that sets up that the models don't pick up very well, but we'll have more on that in a minute. Now, I want to make a little plea to you right here. Now, for this storm, because there's going to be a lot of wind, it's going to be very hard to measure a lot of that snow. So when I talk about these things, focus on the impacts you're going to get rather than the total amount of snow you get. Now think about it. If you can't travel, if a road's closed, does it really matter if you get 4 inches or 8 inches of snow? If the road's closed and you can't do anything? No, probably not. Now, unless you're plowing snow for a living or something like that, total snowfall amount, unless it's off by a large amount, really doesn't matter a whole ton. So that's my plea to you. Focus on the impacts rather than the snowfall amounts. That being said, I know you still want to know how much you think we're going to get. And we look at this. This hasn't changed too much from what we had yesterday, maybe down just a little bit, but with those increased winds, impact should be just about the same. Highest amounts, basically look at this crescent from Buffalo, KC, Casper, all the way around through the Wind River Basin. Widespread 8 to 12 there. Upslope areas, say like maybe the south part, north near Casper Mountain, say past Outer Drive, could see a little bit more. Especially Lander, I think they could do really well out of this with the upslope flow developing. Locally over 2 feet across portions of the Wind River Mountains. Across the Bighorn Basin, western side doing the best with snow as well as the southern side, Thermopolis up toward Cody. Lesser amounts as you head east. And across the west, hardest hit areas in the western mountains, probably further south this time, the Salts as well as toward Afton. Jackson Valley about 3 to 6 inches, locally up to a foot over the mountains. But that'd be mainly near Jackson Hole where they want as much snow as they can get. And across the southern part of the state, about 3 to 6 inches overall, but with those strong winds there, it's going to be blowing around quite a bit. So good luck measuring it, and also good luck traveling in it. And our resources there, again, weather.gov if you want weather. And for road conditions, once again, I want to emphasize this. These are the places to go for road conditions and road closures. Don't call us about that information. This comes right from the source here. On the web, wyoroad.info. In Wyoming, you want to call 511. If you're coming from out of state, we step out of the way here. 188 Wyo Road. Be safe, everybody. Enjoy the big game today. and have a good week at work as we head toward Monday.